In January 2013, 21-year-old Elisa Lam, a Canadian student, traveled alone to Los Angeles for an adventure. She checked into the historic Cecil Hotel, a building with a long, dark reputation. Known for crime, suicides, and connections to serial killers, the hotel had become infamous long before Elisa arrived. For several days, Elisa kept in touch with her family in Vancouver, emailing and calling regularly. But on January 31st, she stopped responding. Concerned, her family reported her missing. Police began a search, combing through the hotel and surrounding areas. Yet days went by without a single clue. Then, on February 19, 2013, nearly 3 weeks later, guests at the hotel began complaining of low water pressure and an unusual taste coming from the taps. Maintenance workers climbed to the roof to inspect the water tanks. Inside one of the tanks, they made a shocking discovery: the lifeless body of Elisa Lam. But the most chilling piece of the mystery was a video released by the Los Angeles Police Department during the search. This footage, taken from a hotel elevator camera, showed Elisa acting in a way that no one could explain. In the video, she presses multiple elevator buttons, steps in and out of the lift, hides in the corner, and appears to gesture or speak to someone unseen. At times, her movements seem erratic, almost as if she is frightened or disoriented. The footage went viral worldwide. Millions of people watched and speculated. Was Elisa being stalked? Was she playing a game? Or was she experiencing something paranormal? The strange elevator video, paired with her unexplained death in the water tank, turned the case into an internet obsession. Questions piled up. How did she get onto the roof, which was locked and alarmed? How did she manage to climb into the water tank on her own? And what happened in those final moments caught on camera? The discovery only deepened the mystery. What really happened to Elisa Lam at the Cecil Hotel? After Elisa Lam's body was discovered in the water tank, investigators faced more questions than answers. How had she gotten there? The rooftop of the Cecil Hotel was restricted, with locked doors and alarms that only staff could bypass. The water tanks themselves were heavy and difficult to access. Yet somehow, Elisa ended up inside one. The Los Angeles coroner eventually released the autopsy report. It concluded that Elisa's cause of death was accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder listed as a significant condition. No drugs or alcohol were found in her system, other than traces of her prescribed medication, but the report did little to settle the mystery. Many believe the findings left more questions than they answered. If there were no substances in her system, what explained her strange behavior in the elevator? How could a young woman climb into a massive water tank on her own and close the lid behind her? Theories began to multiply. Some pointed to Elisa's mental health. She had documented struggles with bipolar disorder, and some suggested she may have suffered a severe manic or psychotic episode. This could explain her erratic movements in the elevator and her decision to enter the water tank. Others, however, suspected foul play. They argued that the water tank's heavy lid would have been nearly impossible for her to close from the inside. Some suggested someone else must have placed her there. But police found no evidence of struggle or assault. Another theory was more sinister, that Elisa may have been the victim of someone staying in the hotel. Perhaps someone who lured or chased her to the roof. The Cecil's history of violence and crime gave weight to these suspicions. Then there were the paranormal explanations. Some believed the Cecil Hotel itself was cursed, pointing to its dark past as a home to serial killers like Richard Ramirez and its many suicides. The eerie elevator footage only fueled the supernatural speculation. The online world became obsessed. Internet detectives dissected every frame of the elevator video, analyzing her gestures, her clothing, and even the timestamps. Conspiracy theories spread, ranging from government experiments to a cover-up involving the hotel itself. Yet through all the speculation, one truth remained: Elisa's death was unexplained. The official story said accident. But to many, the details didn't add up. As the investigation slowed, the public's obsession with the case only grew. The bizarre details: a young woman vanishing in one of Los Angeles' most notorious hotels, the disturbing elevator footage, and her eventual discovery in a water tank made Elisa Lam's death one of the most infamous modern mysteries. Media outlets around the world covered the story relentlessly. Documentaries, news specials, and online forums dissected every detail. The Cecil Hotel, already infamous for its history of crime and tragedy, became even more notorious. Its reputation as a place of darkness was cemented online. Elisa's case became a viral phenomenon. The elevator footage was analyzed frame by millions of viewers. Some claimed to see hidden figures or ghostly presences. Others argued she was communicating with someone just out of frame. Every small detail fueled endless speculation. In 2017, the case resurfaced when Netflix released a true crime documentary that reignited interest in her story. For many, it was their first introduction to the chilling mystery. The series also highlighted the darker side of internet obsession, how online detectives sometimes unfairly accused innocent people of involvement, further complicating the tragedy. The story also touched on broader themes. Elisa Lam had been an active blogger, sharing personal thoughts online. After her death, her writings gained a haunting new weight, with people reading them for clues about her state of mind. Her case sparked conversations about mental health, the dangers of traveling alone, and the responsibility of hotels in ensuring guests' safety. Yet despite years of investigation and speculation, no definitive answers have ever emerged. The official conclusion remains accidental drowning. But many still believe something more sinister happened that night at the Cecil Hotel. Today, Elisa Lam's story remains one of the most unsettling unsolved mysteries of the 21st century. A young woman's life cut short, a video that continues to haunt viewers, and a hotel with a reputation that refuses to fade. The truth of what really happened to Elisa Lam may never be known. But her case lives on, a chilling reminder of how easily fact and mystery can blur. leaving behind questions that may never be answered.